Okay, well, yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the STEMing Up 2023 program. This particular program is really designed to help students learn about computer science, entrepreneurship, but also invest in themselves in their future careers to figure out what they want to be when they grow up. And, we're very excited that they were here to work on some amazing projects. And I know that they worked really hard for the last 4 weeks. They basically invested their summer into their learning, which we're very excited about. For this session, I'm really excited that you're here to celebrate the students, for all of you guests that are here. Today's session, this is what it's going to look like. So each team of students will be teaching about 10 minutes. And then the judges get to give about short feedback up to 5 minutes and some recommendations for improvement. And once everyone is done with the pitch, the judges will go we call that the green room, which is just another breakout room, to brainstorm and decide the winner for each category. So the categories that they will choose from our UX design, front end, back end, and also pitch, the best pitch. I know they have their work cut out for them, because I'm sure all of the projects will be amazing. So it's going to be so hard to choose from. I know that I cannot wait to see who will be selected. And for all of you students, you're all winners just for being here. I want you to remember that, okay? So now once the judges go to their green room, they will remain there to share the judges go to green room, they get to decide, they get the hard work, cut off for them, but we're going to remain in our main room, and everybody gets a chance to share the experience in the program. This is for the students, this is for the speakers, for the coaches, anyone that has been involved with the program so far, the coding trainers. I want you to share your STEMing Up experience. It would be great to learn from each other, and then to get excited and to reminisce what the summer looked like for everybody. Now, when the judges come back, we will announce the winners. Woohoo! And then we'll ask you to please, everyone, to stay for the end, until the end of the ceremony, just because we want to make sure that everyone gets to be supported. So now, yes, without further ado, we're going to start the pitches. So are we ready? Ooh. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? So who is going to go first? Hera, do you want to tell me who's going to go first? Which team?
I believe beginner group 3 was going to go first, right?
Okay. So let's, who is going to take on who's going to share the screen for team 3?
So I'll stop sharing my screen and give them permission to share their screen.
Right. Rahi, is it you that's going to share the screen?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So let's make you the co-host. Oh, actually, Hera has to do that because she has more power than me here. Okay, perfect. Now, whoever is going to be part of the team is going to be pitch. It will be very helpful for you to keep your cameras on, so everybody knows who is going to speak and who's part of that team. And yes. Let me set my timer. I almost forgot to do that.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be presenting our solution to quality education, which is EduTracker.
Okay.
So our awesome team has 5 people. So there's Rahi, Sherry, Lindsay, Shay, and me. And we make up the beginner group 3. Out of the 17 SDGs, we chose to focus our attention on quality education. We think that good education is an equal right for everyone, and many countries cannot provide that. So this could be for various reasons, including shortage of trained staff or ongoing wars posing a risk to financial security and lack of infrastructure. And we believe that our product can solve these issues. So our solution is an innovative app that can pose as your personal tutor, being able to adjust your grade and your country's curriculum to make sure you are provided with the proper education without any barriers. It will cover 5 main subjects, which include math, geography, history, English, and science. And our solution is an app that you can download. However, we are well aware that not everyone has access to resources like a stable Wi-Fi connection, so we've created a product that you can use offline. In recognition of the challenges faced by developing countries, we made the decision to operate our app as a nonprofit organization.
So here we have the demo time. So yeah. I can't share my thing.
That's weird. You're still co-host.
Okay, wait, let me try again. Here. Wait, can you guys see this? Can you guys see
the
this?
calendar? There you go. Now we see it.
Okay, so this is EduTracker. This is the main page. So we can see there's the donate button. I think we talked about this. It's basically donating. So basically the users can donate and like that basically funds. They're basically funds to like improve the app in general, but also like to provide our product to like lower class countries who can't afford it. We have our sign in here. Just sign in real quick, and you just log in. Okay, and then we have our grades and countries. So you can choose your grade, like the grade you're in. So we did grade 9 for the example, and country South Sudan. It has the lowest IDH, and you know, yeah. Here we have our tutorial of all the features. It's not in our MVP right now, but soon maybe it will be there. And it just shows all our features. So we're doing math as our example. We have all these units. We have numerical concepts, geometric figures, and Pythagoras theorem, algebra, statistics, and they all have a description of what it is. So we're going to do algebra, and we have chapters here. So in algebra, there's algebraic expressions, equation, expansion, solving quadratic equations, vectors, function, etc. So we're going to do, for the example, algebraic expressions and equations. Okay. Yeah, so we put a video. Well, usually the videos will be made by us or like professional trainers, but since we did not have the time or we don't have exactly the resources to do that at the moment, we just chose a video from YouTube that explains this topic, which is algebraic expressions and equations. And then we have this let's go practice, where you can practice everything that you learned in the video. And then here you have the exercise. So here we have combined the like terms to create an equivalent expression. So 2r plus 1 plus in parentheses negative 4r, etc. Right? So you can write your answer here. Right? You can write your answer, and then you can get a hint as well. And it says try to find similar letters, right? So there you have a hint. And then you can try to solve it. And yeah, the submit button doesn't work at the moment because it's the MVP, we did not have time, but we do have the hint button, etc. And I think that's it. Okay, so now we are going to be presenting our business plan, and we'll be talking about our target audience and uniqueness and promotion. So our target audience is students of all ages, adult learners seeking continuous education, and individuals from diverse socioeconomic backgrounds, which basically means like international. This is international, basically, specifically designed for students with limited access to physical schools or teachers, like we mentioned before, like if there's an ongoing war, lack of teachers, like that, and infrastructures, etc. Our uniqueness. So there's a comprehensive content, personalized adaptability, there's data-driven insights, continuous updates to improve our app, and accessibility for a unique and engaging learning experience.
One way to promote our product is by collecting donations from users, as you saw on the home screen that Rahi shared. I don't know if you guys can hear me properly, but basically we're doing this so when people donate, we can use that donation to expand our website and make it accessible for more people, and more users can learn and get stuff they couldn't get before. Yeah. So our product and its future, what is our goal and what do we aim for?
Future of our app. So first one, we want to talk about global reach. We aim to make program available worldwide regardless of location or financial status. So we want to be able to help all the countries that may not have access as other countries. And second, we'll talk about supporting SDGs. Focus on achieving UN's Sustainable Development Goals, specifically go for quality education. And we are dedicated to contribute to this global agenda by making education accessible and cheap to all, encourage lifelong learning, and promoting digital literacy. Third, continuous innovation, committed to constant innovation and staying at the forefront of education tech. Number 4, beneficial social effects, strive to empower individuals and communities through education and personal growth. 5, revolutionize education, aspire to transform app into trust global platform for inclusive and knowledge-driven learning. Last but not least, potential to replace teachers. In the future, our app has the potential to replace the job of a teacher for students who lack access to physical schools or have no access to teacher or tutors, providing them with education support and resources online. By pursuing these goals and objectives, we hope to transform our app into a worldwide recognized and trusted platform that revolutionizes education, empowers learners, and contribute to the creation of more inclusive and knowledge-driven world. And here are some main features of our app. Introducing our learning app is dedicated to offer high-quality education in a concise and efficient manner. It provides a wide range of learning resources and comprehensive information from around the world, and empowers users by monitoring their progress and offering customized exercises to enhance their knowledge. Moreover, our web app application allows easy access without requiring a Google account. Personalized learning path. According to individuals' needs, our app provided personalized learning paths that captures users' interest, goals, and proficiency levels. Like users on our app and homepage, they can choose their grades, their subject, and their interest, and their country. Progress tracking and analytics. Users can easily monitor their learning journey with detailed progress tracking and gain valuable insights through insightful analytics. This feature allows them to identify areas for improvement and celebrate important milestones along the way. Access offline. Users have the ability to download specific content and access it without any internet connection. This ensures uninterrupted learning even in areas with limited internet connectivity. Expert educators for guidance and support. Expert educators available for guidance and support. In our website, users are allowed to ask for help. Yeah, next slide, please. And also there are some future improvements of our app. In addition to our core features prioritizing quality education, our app envisions potential enhancement for the future. While not included in our initial release due to the time considered, these features hold potential for further development. One key feature is the option for users to make donations, supporting the ongoing growth and improvement of our app. We are also considering implement gamification elements, drawing inspiration from successful examples like Duolingo to make the learning process more entertaining through points, prize, and challenges. While not directly addressing the fundamental issue statements of the Sustainable Development Goals, these additional feature highlights our commitment to continuous improvement and creating a user-centric learning platform. As we move forward, we will prioritize these features to enhance the overall experience of our app and to provide a more comprehensive and engaging learning environment. Next slide, please.
Finally, we wanted to give a special thanks to our support, which include our challenge coaches, our coaches, Carl and Tochi, who have helped us through the whole entire process by giving us really good ideas. And sometimes we would get lost, they'd bring us back on track. And to Habiba, our coding trainer, always there to help us, really supportive too. To Doina, because to make this program, I can see all the passion. We can see the passion when you speak about this program, and you also brought that passion into us. And to Hera, to being the coordinator, because you bring everything together. Like without you, everything would be in a mess. And also, last but not least, the speakers for sharing their vast knowledge with us. And it helps us, but not only right now, but also in the future. So thank you, all of you. Thank you, everybody. Do you have any questions?
Oh my God, I am like blown away. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything. Yes, yay. Okay, well, the judges, any feedback, any questions?
Yes, I'm so excited to share. Ariba, do you mind if I go first? Maybe we'll rotate each time.
Sure.
Awesome. All right, so I was taking lots of notes while you were presenting because there was so much good information. Congratulations on completing your demo day. Pitching first, that's always nerve-wracking. So I think you did an excellent job. A couple strengths I wanted to point out that I really liked. I thought your flow for your design was really cool. Your curriculum was in a timeline, and that was nice to scroll through. I think that would really lend itself well to some of the future improvements that you talked about, like adding gamification, because you could track the progress in that timeline really nicely and show it as a visual. So I liked how you designed that. Something that I would love to see you improve on for the future when you're talking about your product is trying to build more empathy with the user itself. So during your demo, I love that you showed off the real website. You could do the same thing, but build up a character. Maybe you talk about, make up a name. There's a girl named Sarah, and she's living in another country, and her school doesn't have access to computer science programs. So she decides to use your website to learn about computer science. Now she can sign in, like, you know, you can tell that story that way. And I think it's a beautiful way to showcase what you've built. So for the future, you can definitely consider that. And then a question I'll end with for you. Since your target audience is so huge and you're hoping to support different countries and people across the world, I'm curious how you would support content in different languages. And have you thought about any APIs or things out there that would allow you to translate your content?
That's actually a very good point. We had previously not thought about that. But that's a really good idea, and we will try to implement that feature in the future. You know, because yes, it's true, people do not all speak English. So yes, we will be putting that in the future, but not right now because there's a lot of languages.
Yeah, and
There are.
sorry. And
Go ahead.
yeah, and we were also thinking about using donation and funds from other people, like in other like developed country to like help with our program. I
Yeah,
think that will also help.
basically to explain more in detail, the users, like, you know, they download the app, they can basically do donations there to like fund like our product, because we also have a product, so it's both things, right? So then they can do that, and then to fund like our product, so then we can give it out for free to like third world countries, so they can actually use it and, you know, have access to proper education too.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a very big problem to solve in a short time. So I'm excited to see how you keep building on it.
Thank you.
Awesome. I'll go next. Love the presentation. It was super engaging. The first thing I have to say that I was really impressed by was like the user flow in your app. Like just like looking at it, I feel like if I had never like listened to this presentation, I would just be able to click through, and it's super intuitive where you're supposed to go. It's like so easy to get to what you want to get to essentially, and it looks super pretty. So great job on the front end, guys. In terms of areas to improve, one of the main things that stuck out to me is I think it would be good to outline some of the assumptions you made when you were like kind of creating the app / creating like the business plan, because some parts of it are like a little too vague, if that makes sense, and it doesn't like make too much sense as to how you would like roll it out / how the nonprofit would work and how you would market to your target like donator / volunteer / where would you find the educators for people who don't have Wi-Fi or people who don't have access to the internet or devices, especially because the nonprofit component is like such a big component of your app, which is I think great. And in terms of questions, I actually do have one question that's sort of in relation to that. Have you guys thought of how to roll out this EduTracker / education program to people who don't own any physical devices or any way to access the internet?
Definitely. Yes. Okay. Yes, we do know this. Basically, the thing is, we said we have a mobile app. We have an app and a product. So the product is basically just like a phone, but like without having all the functionalities of a phone. It's just something that has our app embedded in it. So like we don't need access. It's just already in it, so you don't need to change it. Like no access to internet needed. It's just like kind of like a phone shape, but then without the functionality, it just has our app in it, which and would make it just easier, I guess you could say.
Awesome. Thank you. Good job, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, good job. Okay, thank you so much. Yay. Okay, let's move on to the next group. Hera, who's the next team that's going to judge? I mean,
Group 1.
pit, sorry. Group 1.
So who wants to share their screen from group 1?
I'll go.
Okay, I'll make you co. Okay, you should be able to share your screen.
And whoever's pitching, can you turn on your camera so that we can see you, please? Right. Let me know when you're ready to start so I can get the timer ready. Ready?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Oh, right. The sharing screen, it says unknown for every single one. I'm not sure how I can actually share.
I'm not sure
Oh,
what.
oh, I haven't granted the access for it.
Yes.
I'll be back real quick.
Okay. Isn't technology wonderful when it works? Yay. I hope everyone is enjoying the pitches and you get to learn from each other. It's not just about what you did, but how others people did it and see what you can learn to make it better for yourself, maybe. Get some tips from there, get some tips from there. And
I'm back. Can Sarah allow me to share my screen again?
yes.
Yeah, I just did. Do you see that option now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready so I can start the timer.
Okay,
Ready?
not really. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Sora, and you can call my name is actually Ian Lee, but you can call me Sora. So my team is beginner group 1, and our project is Whispers of Renewal, A Heron's Odyssey. This is our team, including Kamalaya, Abigail, Samaya, and Didora. So while we're thinking of how we can implement the SDGs in, we think for parents out there, for siblings, and maybe for teachers. For example, for parents, do you know when your kids, they're so little, or maybe they're sometimes quite annoying, they just ate like 5 minutes before and now they're crying again? For siblings, they might want alone time. They have been taking care and babysit their little kids, I guess, for a while now, and then suddenly they decide to annoy you when you need rest. Or maybe for students who for teachers who have students doesn't really work while they are giving tablets to do their work. Instead, they might be watching YouTube, they might be playing games. Well, this is why we made Whispers of Renewal, a Heron's Odyssey.
Hi. So the main problem here, right? Everyone, I'm pretty sure majority of people here know about climate change and poverty, but the problem is nobody's taking action. I want to ask you all a question. How many people are aware that climate change and poverty is a problem? You can like raise your hand or like do a little reaction thing. Okay, a lot of you. And now I want you to raise your hand if you have actually done something. I'm trying to see everyone, but I'm gonna assume like maybe it's 50-50. So whoa, never mind. That's a lot more of what I'm expecting. But we probably have we probably have a great group here. But I'm pretty sure the average person hasn't done something. They know it's a problem, but they haven't done something. So if we know about these things and we don't take action, or maybe we know about them, but we don't know what to take, why don't we have something that can show us examples? And that's where our game comes in. This game shows you actions such as like the main character volunteering in a soup kitchen or picking up plastic bottles, right? It's showing you actions you can do in your everyday life or in your community and help out. So what happens if we don't take action and we don't do anything and we just, just talk about it? Well, as you can see by this chart, temperature rises 4.1 to 4.8 degrees Celsius. And that's not great because in the summer it's already hot. And then when you add more heat to it, it's even worse. And then what happens if we don't help poverty? Sorry, could you? Yeah, thank you. Well, crime rate goes up. As you can see here, by Statistics Canada in 2018, 62% of inmates were homeless at the time of arrest, meaning that when poverty increases, so does crime rate. And I would personally like my community to feel safe. And I'm not saying everyone who's below the poverty line is like a criminal. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there are people who will steal because they need basic necessities. Yeah, that's all for my bit. And we will move on to Camelia, I think.
Hi, my name is Camelia. So the goal for our game was, the goal we had in mind when making this game was to remind everyone that even if you're ordinary, you can still do a lot of things, a lot of extraordinary things. Like you can donate, you can have eco-friendly you can buy eco-friendly clothing, you can recycle, you can do a lot of things. It will help the environment and yourself if you do all of these things, because if you donate more, the crime rate will go less. Like Dora was saying, we'll have less crime rate and a lot of more there'll be a lot more homeless shelters around for everybody.
Okay, so I'm talking about the storyline of the game. Just like every good game, it has a storyline, a narrative. So this narrative could be related to our everyday life. It's based on this girl. She lives in a world filled with poor environmental conditions and societal conditions. and she's not really affected because she has the coverage of a wealthy parent, so she's not really feeling it like that. But as time goes by, her parents' reputation starts slowly dying off. So now she has to take action. She started her journey of renewal a step at a time, a bottle at a time, a soup at a time, and called it the Whispers of Renewal. So why did we choose a game? Um, I think making a website would have been much better or like simpler or easier or more productive or something. But it's been proven that the human attention span has drastically reduced in like now it's reduced to 8 seconds compared to that of the early 2000s when it was up to 12 seconds. That means our attention span as humans is now less than that of a goldfish, which is 9 seconds. So, in order for someone who wants to pass their point across to actually pass the point across without losing the viewer's attention, they have to make their presentation attentive. They have to make their presentation information filled, catchy, interactive, and short. That's basically the definition of a game. So, as opposed to a website, games are a means of passing a point across without so much reading, and it's been proven to be more effective. It shows the effects of each action or decision we make as the game goes by, and which could be related to our daily lives.
Okay, so here's a graph, and it shows, it's kind of small, but I'll just tell you what's happening. It shows like the increase of gamers through the years, and around almost 3 billion people in the world play video games, and that's like a third of the world, right? So if we can get our game in the market, right, and we get it popular enough, and like a third of the world starts playing, and if they get the message and they start actually helping out their communities, that's great. Because once they start helping out in the communities, more people want to. And then it's just going to spread like wildfire. And then it'll become like so normalized that being like not helping out in your community is seen as like weird or odd. Or, you know, and plus your community's helping. Like once you help your community, it starts growing, because then, you know, all the communities like have somebody that's helping out, and then it grows and grows, and then we have a better country, and then better continents, and then a better world. That's all for me.
Thank you. I'm gonna be talking about a little bit about climate change and poverty and about our game. For example, China is one of the biggest emitters, producing more than a quarter of the world's annual greenhouse gas emissions, which contributes to climate change. Climate change has affected China, air and water, which has increased the livelihood of Chinese people, increasing dissatisfaction with the government. The average number of people that die from climate change is around 2 million people. That's one too many. I would love to give the next generation the knowledge and platform to eventually stop climate change. This game that me and my team developed is one of the best games to re-educate your child and give them more knowledge on the topic. While making this game, we took everything into consideration, like how the characters look, a narrator, and how the characters can interact with the younger generation on a deeper understanding. We really look forward to seeing young minds develop and have the ability to someday save this planet.
While we're starting to make this game, we have bring everything into consideration, and we've thought that we might not have enough time or energy or effort or expertise because we're beginners, and it might take more than normal average, maybe someone who started before. But we still did it because we think this is the best way, and it might help out a lot. At least we stay pretty consistent with this thing. And for the product, the video currently is that, because I'll show that again because I want to talk about that again. So currently, as you can see, I've made the background and a little bit about the ground and a soup icon. The soup icon represents the quest for Soup Kitchen, but the Soup Kitchen was basically a soup kitchen. That's the place where, that's a group where people are making soup for people who's in need, maybe homeless people, maybe hungry people who doesn't have money to afford food. But we wanted to make dialogues so the player can choose yes or no. But unfortunately, for some reason, we were trying to do that and it didn't work. So currently we only have Alora, our main character, moving on the screen with the soup, and the pop-up says quest 1. Also, we were planning to add things such as plastic bottles on the road, probably, and when players picked up a certain amount of plastic bottles, they can donate it back to somewhere where they can recycle the plastic bottles and make it into something more sustainable, as well as give other people a more efficient and economic and eco-friendly water bottle, such as like a metal bottle. We were planning to make the game long and, well, not too long, to represent the sky changing, because, for example, as the game progresses and if the player decides to choose like not helping at all, the sky will change in order to tell that if you don't take action, something bad is going to happen to climate. As well as for the homeless people, the people experiencing poverty, if she decides not to help them, then they will chase her and haunt her back. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
Judges, take it away. Ariba, if you want to go first this time.
Sure, I just wasn't sure if we were like switching every other team or what we were doing. But I love the presentation. The first thing that I want to call out is that your presentation was super interactive. Like I felt like I was tuning in the entire time because you asked questions of the audience in the beginning, and it was just like a really cool idea, like a game to try and solve climate and poverty. I feel like not a lot of people try to think about that. Yeah, so points for great presentation, and I was super engaged the entire time. The only improvement I would say in terms of presentation is that I noticed at times there's like a lot of text on the slides, and at some points like I was so focused on reading the text that I wasn't hearing what you guys are saying. So maybe next time just a little less text, or try to put them in bullet points and explain what's written using your words, because you guys did like a lot of explaining, and honestly most of the stuff on the slides could be cut out because it was difficult to pay attention to both. And in terms of questions, I actually have 2 questions. So my first question has to do with marketing and visibility. Have you guys thought of a plan on how you plan on marketing this game? Because I'm sure a lot of us know that the gaming industry can be really, really tough sometimes. So do you have like a plan on how to market / bring visibility to your game as something super important?
Go ahead, Kamalia.
Actually, we did think about marketing at first when we were like planning out the game. We were thinking about how we were gonna make it engaging for the people we were targeting it to. We were thinking how we're gonna get, like we're thinking like maybe posting it on social media, or if we're gonna post an ad on YouTube, we would add like specific music in the background to fit the vibe of the game, so people would be more engaged with the ad and want to click more to download it.
Okay, awesome. And my second question has to do, just to clarify, who is the target audience you would be marketing to? Because I've kind of heard like a lot of like siblings, parents giving the game to children. So did you have like an age group you wanted to target, or were you planning on marketing to parents and like having them
give this game to like their smaller children, or is this for like young adults?
It's like I feel like it would be for anyone because like anyone can play games, right? But I feel like it would just be like 5-year-olds and then like maybe 12 because it's I feel like this game it's a game, right? So it's not going to go super in depth on the goals, but it will introduce you, right? So like maybe from 5 to like early teens, if that makes sense.
Awesome, thank you.
Awesome. Guess I'll jump in with some thoughts now. First of all, I love that you pointed out that maybe a website would have been a simpler way to solve this and maybe more in line with what you've learned this summer, but you decided to stretch yourselves and do something different and out of your comfort zone. So that's really awesome. The graphics were epic. I loved that little sneak peek, and I'd love to see what other graphics you added to your game as you continue to add features to it. And I also really liked that you backed a lot of your presentation with data and statistics. It's really helpful to see those numbers to emphasize the problem. An area I'd love to see you improve is trying to focus your game a little bit more. So I know you picked 2 of the sustainability goals to work on, but I felt like they were competing with each other. Sometimes I didn't know if the focus was on climate change or if it was on poverty and which one the game would focus more on. So maybe picking one, making sure that you do that justice and then moving on to add others would be a better approach. And finally, I'll end with a question. I'm really curious to hear about the technology that you used for your graphics and connecting them to a backend and how that related to what you learned, since most of the learning this summer was web development. So there was definitely a bit of a jump there.
I think I could go with this question. So for what we did it was mostly on the internet, unfortunately, but I did add some things that we learned, such as making variables and a little bit about the if-else statement. And of course, we did use some of the web code that we learned this summer, but because this is a game and it's also made in the languages that we're learning, which is kind of hard to make a game, we had to rely on the internet a lot, but I think it turned out kind of great. For the background and the pixels, I'll give that to Kamalaya.
So for the backgrounds and the pixels, I took a lot of inspirations from like the Pinterest boards that we made. So I tried to use a lot of different bases. We did change the character a few times before we got like the final product. We're still not sure if we're gonna use that. But I did change a lot of and thanks to the Dora for her help too to make it so we have enough characters and background for everything to work well with each other. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yay. I'm so glad that you are the judges, because it will be so hard for me to, to pick something, because I'm like, all I have to do is say just the great stuff, So I'm so glad that you're here doing this. Hera, who is the next team?
Group 2. Who wants to present from group 2?
Fatima, I believe that was you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fatima.
Okay, I'll make you.
And please remember to turn on your cameras when you're pitching. It's easier for us to know who is pitching. Who do we need to look at?
Can you share your screen now?
We can't wait to see it. Are you having issues sharing the screen?
Sorry, what did you say now?
I've asked if there's any issue sharing the screen. Is it? Who's sharing the screen again?
Fatuma.
Fatuma, okay. Fatuma, are you having issues sharing the screen?
It's not letting me share my screen.
I'm sorry?
It's not letting me share my screen.
Oh. Let's see. Hera. Maybe
You want to try rejoining? That worked for Sora, so maybe that worked.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fatima. Don't we love technology? It's like, ideally in our mind, everything was supposed to go so smoothly and everything was supposed to go like back to back to back. But it's just not going to be that way. That's how life works. I know yesterday when we were having the pitching practice with Selena, we mentioned, relax, things could actually happen. Things like this could happen. Technology is funny that way. It teaches us a lot of patience. So, and also just so you know, it's like just hopefully some of you who were able, yesterday I only had one person that joined the meditation session. The other day we had a couple of people and I shared the meditation video. So hopefully you took some advantage of that to learn to breathe. So when stuff like this happen, that's the best way to deal with it, right? So it will be okay. We're excited to see it. We're gonna wait. We can't wait to see it. Okay, Fatima's rejoining.
Does it let you share your screen now?
There must still be some technical difficulties.
One second.
Okay. I was gonna say, in case her screen doesn't work, is anybody else from the team prepared to share the screen?
My device doesn't support some things, so I can't.
Oh,
I can share.
thank you, Jada. Jada's in the house. She told me. Thanks for being here, Jada. We really appreciate it. While Fatima is getting ready, just so you know, whoever doesn't know Jada's been involved with the seminar program since 2019. She was a participant in the program, then she became an ambassador at Revolution, then she was in the STEMINUP committee, and then we hired her as a coordinator in the program, and then she was the curriculum developer last year, and now she has an internship with a tech company, and we're very proud of her. And then she's come back to support the program, and she is so amazing because sometimes she still has access to a lot of things, and she's like, I goes into the email is organized. We had Hera do it this summer, but like next thing I know, it's like the email is organized, the files are being like set up and ready, and I'm like, oh my god, Jada was here. So I'm so happy to see Jada here. She's amazing. So we're always so happy to see all of the students, when all of you are ready to come back for any any more learning opportunities, please let me know. So we welcome, and we're very happy to see how we can support you as well. But yeah, Jada has been one of those students that has stood out, and she just does it. So that's amazing. So happy to see her here. Fatima, what is the update?
It's still working. Akai or Daisy share?
So Daisy's gonna share now?
Or Akaya.
Okay.
I can try
Who's going to
sharing.
share?
I
Who
can try
decided to
sharing.
share? Daisy?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you turn on your camera? Can we ask you, so whoever's going to present, please turn on your camera, because it's very hard for us to know who's going to present. So Hera, if you want to make Daisy the co-host as well, that would be great. Thank you. I'm the host? You're even the host. Okay. Where's Daisy? Co-host. Okay. Okay. So Daisy, you have the co-host. You can start sharing.
Okay, Riley's a grade 10 in the Greater Toronto area. She is on the search for a volunteer opportunity to complete her 40 hours, but she doesn't want to just be ticking off a box. She wants the experience to be enjoyable, meaningful, and enriching, like the people she saw on Instagram who fight for women's rights or make care packages for starving children in Yemen. But volunteer websites make it so complicated and time-consuming to find specific opportunities that eventually Riley gives up, chooses the easiest opportunity, and decides to avoid ever volunteering again. Is that really what we want our future to look like? In the largest technological evolution ever, are we truly willing to accept the decline in volunteers due to complicated websites? We believe the answer is no. That's why we've taken action and created ACT as a solution. Welcome to ACT, a website that makes volunteering easier for individuals and organizations so that they can focus on making their mark on the causes they care about. ACT is an easily accessible volunteering website that has a simple sign-up system, automatically filters opportunities to fit your interests, and provide recognition of volunteers' hard work to encourage them to make volunteering a regular part of their lives. The main sustainable goal we aim to achieve is the 17th, Partnership for the Goals. We will be partnering up with different volunteering companies in order to solve separate goals, such as sponsoring food banks to achieve the Zero Hunger goal. This website allows volunteers to feel part of a community when they participate together. Meet the team. Hi, I'm Fatima.
Hi, I'm Savara.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
Hi, I'm Akaya.
Our mission. At ACT, our mission is to inspire our future generation to act on their passion to make their mark on the causes they care about. We envision a world where volunteering and giving back becomes a regular part of everybody's lives.
What are the products that compete with us and are similar to ours? People may use social media platforms like Instagram, a well-liked app, to advertise their product, and other well-known volunteer sites instead of ours. Given that our product is new, why would users want to use it? Unlike other sites where there may be more steps and more difficulty, we provided straightforward features where it is very easy and direct on how to sign or log in to minimize any confusion and many more. Next slide, please. For our target audience, we aim for users ages 13 to 18 years old who live in Toronto and to hopefully expand to other locations. And now we'll be walking through the actual website.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me change to another account. Let me see if that works.
I can share screen temporarily and then you can go back to yours. Okay. Is it okay if you stop sharing? I don't think it's gonna work. Thank you. I'm not host. Could I be made host?
Yeah, sure. I'll make you co-host.
Thank you. This is ACT, the homepage. We have our logo in the corner that can be clicked at any time to go back to the homepage. Then we have our navigation bar that links to our Who We Are page that explains the different components of our organization, the Our Services page that lays out organizations and that lays out how organizations and individuals can gain what they can gain from signing up to our website. Our partners that highlights the organizations that help make ACT possible, as well as a place for organizations that are interested in supporting our cause, and contact us so that our volunteers and organizations can contact us person to person and not just on our website. There's also a login sign up page for anyone who's interested so that they can join us. After that, we have a big, lovely image that has our slogan, Your Actions Matter, and another login sign up button. And then we have summaries of each of the sections on our website, of each of the sections on our navigation bar. We also have a slideshow to show some volunteer testimonials. And then we have what we offer, our partners, and the footer, which includes some of our contact information and a link to each of the sections on our homepage. Once interested, users can join us with that login sign up button that leads to this page. Here you can choose which one are you? Are you a volunteer or organization? If you're a volunteer, then you can sign in. And then be led to the volunteering page. Daisy, you can share again.
One of the main pages on our website is the volunteering page. This is where volunteers may find information of where to sign up and what they can do using ACT. In the first section of the page, there at the top on the left, there's a brief summary on how volunteers contribute to the ACT community, stating what they can do and who they might impact. Following that, there are our goals for our volunteers at the bottom left, right, stating, following that, there are goals for our volunteers, which gives people something to look forward to on their journey. Okay, next slide. In the last section, it gives people a choice to figure out whether they want to be specific on how they volunteer or not. Here are a few SDGs that we looked into. So if they want to volunteer about food, they can choose the Zero Hunger portion and be relocated to another page with more information on the matter. In that section, we'll be aiming to reduce food waste and allow it to instead help people who are in need. They can choose to donate to food banks and it will show them where they can do that. If they want to volunteer with environmental aspects, they can choose either the water-related or land-related SDGs. This section will be aiming to help the environment by cleaning polluted areas and protecting wildlife, with similar details as the last. If they just wish to get into volunteering right away, there's a section at the bottom on the left that allows them to just put in their postal code and find their nearest locations.
All right, so moving on to the special feature our organization has. So once you sign in and get to the volunteer homepage, if you click on volunteer account, it'll lead you to this volunteer tracking page where you'll see log hours and timesheet. Here you can fill in the activity you volunteered for, how many hours you did it for, the date you volunteered, the organization. You can also leave a note for the organization. As you can see, if you click submit here, it will show up on your timesheet. And once again, I'm just filling out the information. Also, there will be a pop-up message saying, thank you for submitting, your hours are getting approved, meaning that the organization can also approve your hours. And I'm going to just play the video again. When you click submit, it'll add on to your timesheet. So originally there was one activity, and when you click submit again, there's two.
That's for volunteers. What if you're an organization? Then you would go to this page. Our navigation bar has home, which is this page. It has summaries of each of the sections in our navigation bar, like the home page did, and some personalization, like a quote of the day or some other tidbits that fit this organization page uniquely to that organization. And then we have our recruitment page, which is our main feature. It's where organizations can post their opportunities and view the volunteers that sign up. The volunteer tracking sheet on the organization side is unfortunately not ready, but its general function would be to clearly highlight the relevant interests and experiences of each of the volunteers. So that maybe someone with managerial experience can then be assigned a leadership role in that volunteer opportunity. And maybe someone who has a passion for women's rights will make care packages for a women's shelter instead of, say, a general community. We don't want anyone's passions or talents to be wasted. Next is the marketing and outreach page.
Due to the
Previous slide. Next is the marketing and outreach section, which informs organizations of how ACT can support them in marketing and outreach. They can be our organization of the week, or we can help them collaborate with another organization that signed up to our website. This function is designed to help uplift new or small organizations and encourage the givers of the world to stay connected. And finally, we have the workshops link, which they're workshops. Organizations pay thousands for worldwide experts in various fields, and that takes away money that takes away money that they can give to their cause. So we have workshops that can still give organizations the knowledge they need to improve, but for a little to no fee, so that the money can go to their cause. And then we have a profile where they can edit who they are, their description, and so on. Next slide.
Due to the fact that our business is entirely online and we have no immediate plans to hire staff, we don't anticipate making many sales in our first year. Instead, our website will not need funding for the first 6 months. As our website grows, we will get funding from grants and sponsors, and we'll also accept donations through our website. We intend to advertise our product using advertisements on social media platforms via social media accounts. Our second way is through schools. When it comes to how our volunteers can use our website, accessibility is our first priority. The key aspect, usability, which measures how simply users can browse our website, combined with visual appeal, which measures how effectively and successfully our website is constructed, equals satisfaction.
So you've seen where we are, but within a couple of months, we will be so much more. By that time, we will have launched, and we don't plan on having volunteers sign up to our website when we launch, but we do aim to have 50 organizations so that we have volunteer opportunities ready for volunteers to sign up. And then within our first month, our goal is 1,000 volunteers and 100 organizations to be signed up, and that's based on the capabilities of our marketing strategy. Then for our first year, we hope to double in volunteers and greatly increase in organizations every month and grow as a company and expand our impact. For our next steps, or some other next steps that we have, are to launch an app in the future with notifications to provide even more encouragement to volunteers to make volunteering a regular part of their life. and hopefully add more features to our website based on users' feedback. Next slide. And that's ACT. Before we end, we would like to give a special thanks to our coaches, Nicole and Rosa, as well as our lecturers who made our business idea possible. And we would also like to give a special thanks to Samra, our coding teacher who made our website possible. And a special thanks to Doina, Hera, and Stemming Up for making our wonderful team possible. And we wouldn't exist without you. Thank you everybody else for listening, and we hope to see you all on our website.
Okay. Oh, I'm holding back my tears. Like really am. You guys are amazing. Really, really, really amazing. Yes, great job. Okay, Selena.
Wow, wow, wow. I loved that pitch. Right from the start, you started with the user story. I'm a sucker for that. I've mentioned it already today. I love when people pick a user and really build that empathy with the user. You did that immediately, so I was hooked. I wanted to hear more about it. And you were very clear with what your mission was and the problem you were trying to solve. So excellent pitch. I was very impressed with that. Things to improve on. I'd love to hear a bit more of a concrete plan on how you're going to get the people. And so in order for this website to be successful, you need volunteers and organizations to participate. Is there a difference in how you're going to market it to each one? Because they get different benefits out of it. And so maybe you want to think about how to get that outreach, that visibility, so that organizations even know you exist and that you can help them. But then also, how do you get volunteers to stay and stay longer? And it's not just one-time use. They want to keep coming back. So these are all things you can think about as you keep expanding, but you already had so many features, honestly. So that was pretty impressive. And one question I just wanted to learn a bit more on was the workshops part of it, because I don't think we went too in depth on that. So who would be running these workshops, and how does that kind of work with your business plan?
I can answer that. So organizations, like I said, organizations pay thousands, hundreds, whatever for field experts. And to make sure that our workshops are top of the line and have the best information possible and are just as good quality as those field experts, we would hire field experts ourselves from our funding eventually. It's just like Fatuma mentioned, we won't need funding initially. So later on, we will build our workshops with field experts so that we have to pay once. And yet so many organizations can reuse it over and over. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I'll go next. Thank you so much for your presentation. I really enjoyed it. Loved the MVP, starting off with that. In terms of strengths, I actually saw some great stuff. Like that website looked very legit. If I clicked on it, like just randomly on Google, I would definitely just sign up if I needed like volunteer hours or something. I really like the distinction between how you're going to tackle organizations and how you're going to tackle volunteers, because the SDG is around partnerships. So considering both sides of the partnership is great. And very unique business plan. I think that it was really well thought out. Like the business side of it was really well thought out. In terms of like areas to improve, I definitely think being, I guess, more specific about why choosing the GTA is significant. Because you mentioned that in the beginning, and you also mentioned an age group, but I don't think it was like too elaborated on how like the plan you presented seemed more like an international plan / a countrywide plan rather than one that was going to start in the GTA. Especially because it's a website and so many different people can access it. So elaboration in that area would be great. That kind of ties into like a second point of like how you're going to scale this project. Is it just like contacting different organizations and just going through that, or I guess like a little more elaboration on that? And in terms of questions, yeah, so the first and only question honestly that I have is, how would you motivate someone who doesn't need like hours for high school to volunteer. So this is like adult volunteers / people who don't have like a necessity to volunteer, but you kind of want to facilitate that want. So how would you encourage them to use your platform? On our homepage, the demo of the homepage that I showed, there is a text that says what we offer, and it was simplicity, personalization, and recognition. A big thing about volunteers is that they don't get they don't get a lot of recognition, which doesn't really motivate them to volunteer over and over, which is what we want. So we have recognition, we have affirmations, we have quotes of the day to motivate them, and we have rewards. A lot of the time, organizations want to help, like provide maybe a coupon or something else to a cause like this to increase volunteers because they want to look good or whatever other reason. So yeah, we would reach out to places like Booster Juice or some other things that would motivate teenagers and maybe get some sponsorships and prizes from them. And then the more, maybe if you reach a certain number of hours, then a volunteer gets a reward. And just be clear, the rewards are for volunteers, and then for organizations, we just support them and educate them. Awesome, thank you. Great job, guys. Love the presentation.
Thank you so much, everybody. I think we have, yeah, that was really great. One last but not least, team intermediate 1. So I don't know who's gonna share the screen.
I'll be sharing the screen for our group.
Okay. Again, I'm gonna ask you to please turn on your cameras when you present. It's very hard to know who's presenting when the cameras are not on. So please turn on your cameras.
Can you share your screen, Rahima?
Are you able to share the screen, Rahima?
Yes, I can see the options.
Okay. And again, please turn on your cameras because we don't know who's pitching or we don't know who we're looking at when cameras are off. So please turn on your cameras.
I think my camera should be on, but it's not, it might not be showing up. So let me try and troubleshoot that.
Yeah, I think I'm having the same issue with my camera.
It says my camera's on, but it won't show the video.
Yeah, we can't see it has started screen sharing, but we can't see the screen either.
Oh, you can't see my screen?
No, I'm only seeing a text says Rahima Noor has started screen sharing. Double click to enter full screen mode. Is everybody seeing the same text or is it just me?
Same text.
Let me try again.
Okay. Technology, man, it's just gotta love it. And I think we lost her.
Aliza, do you want to try sharing your screen?
And it was trying to come back.
Aliza, I made you co-host too, so maybe you should try sharing your screen.
sorry, can you see me now?
Yep.
Let me see if the screen sharing will go back now. So
Yeah, it works now.
hello everyone. Today we're going to be sharing our project for this year's STEMathon, Our City. So I'd like everyone to imagine with me a bustling city teeming with life, innovation, and potential. The streets are vibrant, the parks are inviting, and every neighborhood whispers the stories of those who call it home. But the barrier to achieving this atmosphere today is that a crucial voice often goes unheard, the voice of the youth. Now let's picture a world where this disconnect no longer exists, where the youth aren't just spectators in the city building process, but rather the driving force behind it. This is where our project, Our City, comes into play, a web application built to revolutionize how we perceive youth engagement and community development. We're here to bridge the gap between youthful aspirations and tangible action, between the longing to build a better future and the tool to actually craft it. What sets us apart is not just our mission to empower the leaders of tomorrow, but our commitment to reshaping the narrative around youth participation. At Our City, we want to change the perception of youth as lesser passive participants to that of youth as capable active coworkers. Next, we're going to introduce our team very quickly. My name's Rahima.
My name is Eliza, and our third group member is Azika.
So here's some of the topics that we're going to be covering in our slideshow. What do deforestation, global warming, air and noise pollution, and inadequate housing have in common? All of them may be pretty different, but all are products of an unsustainable city. With the world's population surging, there's a pressing need to construct modern, sustainable cities that cater to all. That's why we've chosen to focus on Sustainable Development Goal 11. The goal focuses on the creation of ideal cities that are safe, clean, and environmentally friendly. As the world population grows, it's important that we come up with modern solutions to create better lives for people moving forward, and young people will have a key role to play in that.
The world is home to 1.8 billion young people between the ages of 10 and 24, the largest generation of youth in history. Young people are increasingly aware of the challenges and risks presented by the climate crisis and of the opportunity to achieve sustainable development through innovative strategies. Not only have they witnessed firsthand how the world is affected by climate change, but they also have the agency to make a change in the fight against it to create urban spaces that are accessible, inclusive, and sustainable.
But what necessarily is the problem we're facing? What stops youth from engaging in city improvement? To name a few, various barriers such as socioeconomic status, language barriers, and lack of access to resources, which can hinder young people from actively participating in initiatives relating to clean cities. For example, policy and decision-making, youth lack representation in policymaking, leading to urban plans ignoring their perspectives and needs. Furthermore, there are cultural and generational divides. Cultural norms and generational differences discourage young people from participating in sustainability projects driven by older generations. There are also missed business opportunities where businesses overlook chances to lower their carbon footprint, optimize resources, and embrace circular economies due to insufficient youth input. There is also a resounding lack of awareness as many youth are unfamiliar with the concept of green cities and the significance of sustainable urban development. There truly is a power in this youth engagement, which we seek to highlight through our presentation. In an article, youth were asked to name the features present in cities that they wanted to see in and live in. Their answers included categories like accessibility, creativity, and culture, renewable energy, and more. But what
In response to the urgent need for sustainable cities and climate action, we designed a solution, a platform where voices matter and solutions come to life.
Our City is a web app designed to foster sustainable cities and communities while tackling the critical challenges of climate change. This platform is more than just a website, as young people have the power to change the world they inherit and build a more resilient and environmentally aware future. Whereas they may think their insights would not be listened to otherwise, through our website, youth have the option to fill out a form, and then their input would go directly to the respective city official. Our City is your platform to engage, express, learn, and make a difference.
We'd also like to highlight the user needs and business objectives behind our project. The user needs are youth-seeking avenues for meaningful engagement in city-building projects, and we provide them resources and guidance through our tools like our innovation toolkit, as well as mentorship with urban planners and our partner companies. The business objectives are to create a community that fosters collaboration and idea sharing and facilitate the transformation of innovative ideas from youth into tangible projects that can impact communities. One of the primary features of our website is our innovation form, which allows youth to share their ideas for contributing to their local community or city's infrastructure. Submissions can be in either written or video format designed to appeal to today's youth. Our team begins by reviewing each submission for its alignment with sustainable development goals, and each proposal then undergoes a thorough feasibility assessment, and the potential positive impact of the idea on the local community, environment, and quality of life is evaluated. This could involve estimating reductions in carbon emissions, improvements in air quality, enhanced public spaces, and more. During the assessment, we also identify partner companies and urban planners, as well as stakeholders who would like to contribute to the initiative's success. And with partners on board and funding secured, a comprehensive proposal is developed, including detailed plans, timelines, budget estimates, and potential outcomes. This final proposal is then presented to relevant city officials, who we ask to implement the proposal and support us in the project as a community partner. Once approved by city officials and with their support, the project moves into the implementation phase. We'd also like for no cost, underprivileged students around the world are provided with remote workshops focused on urban planning and design thinking. In these programs, students not only gain a strong understanding of the fundamentals of sustainable infrastructures and communities, but they also develop crucial soft skills and best practices that will give them an academic and professional edge later in their lives.
Subscribers can submit articles that may be featured in the news and views section of our website, and they can use this to connect with like-minded individuals passionate about similar topics and with common goals. We also have resources for planners and community engagement professionals that outline tips for inspiring youth. Thanks to sponsors, all of our programs are free for everyone. All you have to do is subscribe. Our city aims to reach all of those who can contribute to a sustainable future for the development of the city. But we specifically wish to build confidence in the younger generation so they can build their voice up and advocate for their ideas. We also targeted our website to sponsors as they are a great source of support for nonprofits like our city. Next, we'll be doing a little demo of our website. So when you open our website, you're greeted with a mailing list. For the purpose of this demo, this pop-up can be easily dismissed, but it allows users to subscribe to our site and read our articles, join our workshops. This feature utilizes the Google Sheets API and stores the inputted email and the date of subscription on a Google Sheets file. If you exit it, on our home page is the title of our website, along with a brief introduction to the purpose of our city so viewers know what our page is about.
Yeah, and underneath that button is that leads to our innovation form, which viewers can fill out to pitch their ideas to improve their cities. This button is placed right under the top of the main page, so it's easier for our audience to find out and fill. Within the page, there is a brief description of why our viewers should fill out the form and what the form is for. In terms of code, the drop-down options are created using a select component from Chakra UI. The value and on-change properties are used to manage the selected value and handle changes in the dropdown, allowing users to choose from a predefined list of options. The ability to switch between video and text inputs are implemented using conditional rendering based on submission type and state in our code. So when the user select on video, an input field for uploading videos is displayed, and with text, a text box is displayed. And so back to the home page, there is a section explaining what we do at our city, with buttons leading to more information for each section. And right below that, we have our news and views section. So when the buttons are pressed, an article pops up with an AI-generated text as a placeholder, but would hold articles and subscriber contributions we've chosen. And before reading the articles, the viewers will be prompted with the sign up input again, and they would have to subscribe in order to read our articles. And at the bottom of our homepage, we have our team. And right underneath that, we have our footer with links to our email and social media.
At the top of our main pages, workshops details the toolkits we have and the workshops we will be hosting. To name a few, as mentioned earlier, the Youth Engagement Planning Toolkit to help planners inspire youth, the City Building Workshops, which is an intro workshop to urban planning and design thinking, and the Livable Neighborhoods Workshop, which researches and evaluates strengths and weaknesses of local neighborhoods. And underneath that, we've also created a calendar where we will list upcoming workshops and a mock schedule of what the programming will look like for the year ahead. And now on to the About page, which basically displays the goals and purpose of our city in further detail. And the Sponsors page, which highlights our sponsors and benefits received by becoming a sponsor, which include positive brand awarenesses, introduction to new audiences, and to help sponsors stand out against competitors. And finally, we have frequently asked questions, which answer any questions youth engaging with our website that people may have. And in terms of like the process within creating our web app, we used Figma to visualize our website in its early stages, and to build our website, we used React, a front-end framework, which allows parts of the web page to be turned into reusable components, and it makes it more efficient to reuse code across your website. For the backend, we use Next.js, a React framework, and finally, to style our website, we use Chopper UI, which is a React library that comes with its own components.
In the aspects of business and marketing, our city strategy is a well-structured journey towards success. To begin, we will seek donations from users and subscribers where they have the option to donate through a secure online portal to contribute to a project or initiative that a youth has started. We would also partner with like-minded urban development organizations to secure a revenue stream, and so both organizations are able to also reach a wider audience in that way. Some of these companies would include Ontario Professional Planners Institute, Future Cities Canada, and more. We would also seek to use advertisements and government grants. For in-app advertising, we can make between 10 cents to 30 cents per thousand views, and we would also use fundraising campaigns, grants, and sponsorships targeting organizations aligned with the cause. Some of these grants could include the Canada Media Fund, the Low Carbon Innovation Fund, and the Green Investment Fund, and we can get an estimated 500,000 in grants. For marketing, we would make use of social media because it's going to be the prime platform where we plan on sharing exciting news, updates, and developments, and on Instagram and social media, we would collaborate with other nonprofits with a common vision. We would also hold contests and competitions for youth to get engaged and incentivize them to really get involved in our various projects and initiatives. We would also use SEO optimization to really have a presence on Google with effective strategizing and using the algorithm to boost our site visits. We would also have constant website maintenance alongside advertising to attract our target demographic. And this website, with the use of ease, which we emphasize, will intrigue youth to get involved, and it'll also catch the attention of city officials, organizations, or other professionals who want to support these innovative ideas.
So finally, we have the next steps that we look forward to implementing in the future for our web app. Some of these goals that we have include making our website more responsive and accessible for viewing on different platforms, such as those accessing the website from a mobile device or an iPad. We plan to boost our number of subscribers to 100 in the first 6 months after launching through subscriber exclusive workshops and premium access to content like our news and views articles. Of our subscribers, we have a target for 10% to be volunteers who would attend and support workshops and our other events, as well as any projects led by youth in their community. We also look forward to creating a Hall of Fame section that highlights individuals who have made significant contributions to sustainable city initiatives. We will also implement a voting feature where, among the ideas shared, those that are voted the highest will rise to the top, ensuring that more community-backed ideas are seen by our audience. And finally, we will host outreach programs with schools, starting with the GTA, with workshops and sessions outlining how youth can get involved. This will be through webinars, panel discussions, and tours of buildings and architecture, exemplifying the principles of effective design and sustainable urban planning. Before we conclude, we would like to also thank everyone who facilitated and coordinated the Stemming Up program, especially our coaches and our coding trainer, who were there to provide meaningful feedback and answer our questions during every step of the process. They were a huge part in allowing us to make our final product what it looks like today.
Yeah, and to conclude, through our city, our mission is to embody the force of change driven by collaboration, innovation, and the dynamic spirit of today's youth. Through unwavering determination, creative brainstorming sessions, and hours of debugging, we have successfully created a web app that empowers users to pioneer sustainability transformations within their communities. Moreover, we've established a vital platform designed to dismantle obstacles that hinder young visionaries, providing them with resonating voices. As we venture forward with our platform, we hope to reshape the future landscapes of our cities, harnessing the potential of every individual to build a more sustainable and harmonious world for all. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Oh my goodness. I don't remember whether it was Selena or Ariba that's going to go first with this. And I'm so glad that you are the judges and I don't have to judge because it's so hard. You guys are, everyone has done such an amazing job. Was Ariba, was it?
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
go first.
Okay.
I love that. The first thing that I want to call out is that everything was very, very well planned. Like the presentation was well planned, the videos for your missing teammate were well planned, the MVP was well planned, and your business plan was well planned. Like it was all very, very intentional, and I really, really like that. One of the main things I have to call out is I feel like there's like a lot of text on every single slide, and at times like the context switching was a bit confusing. So like there were certain slides where I was legitimately trying to read the text and I couldn't because the text is too small because there's too much text. And then it was kind of difficult to understand your point because I was trying to read and listen at the same time and then I understood nothing. But still, like I still feel like you communicated well about like all the different aspects and it was still like very evident that it was very well planned. And if I had to ask a question, I remember very distinctly you mentioning something about like connecting youth to city officials. How do you plan on, I guess, like getting retention from those city officials, if that makes sense? Because city officials change often. How do you like ensure that they're on board to listening to the youth through your platform?
I think we mentioned in one of our marketing plans that one of the steps that we take to approve the form ideas is first pitching those same projects to the city officials. So that's where we would kind of like get their support and like pitch to them the ideas that are submitted through our website. And if Elisa wants to add anything.
And by city officials, like which types of city officials did you mean?
For the form, there's a drop-down menu. It's like whichever city official would fit in the category that they've listed that they want to target with their form.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I'll start next. First of all, what a beautiful note to end on. So thank you so much for that lovely pitch. I really have to commend you for the completeness of what you built. This is a very short time to build so much. And when you were giving your demo, it was clear that you really focused on getting the functionality complete on your website before getting too into the content. And so you used a lot of placeholder content. I think that's great because that can come, but first you need the working website, and you had that. All those features were there. Those forms looked like they were able to be submitted. And so that's really exciting to see. Congratulations on accomplishing that. Some areas to improve, just building off a bit what Ariba said. There was so much information in your pitch, and I love to see it because I can tell how excited you are about what you're doing. But when you're giving a pitch to someone, really challenge yourself to think about what is the most important information that this group of people needs to hear to be invested in what I'm doing. Sometimes it's nice to leave some to the imagination, that we can contact you after, we can ask you questions. It's better than overwhelming with all of the content on the slides. And I honestly didn't read the content on the slides because I wanted to hear your beautiful voices. I wanted to hear what you had to say. And so that's where my focus was for most of the pitch. But now I feel like you need to send me those slides so that I can go read them all because there was just so much. And finally, I will end with a question. So you talked about your marketing strategy for youth and doing outreach programs through schools, which I think is very smart. I'm curious how you would get buy-in from the schools to actually highlight your program and give time to your program. Like, what would your pitch to the schools be?
So to get students involved with the schools, I guess a main portion of our advertising and like the functionality, I guess, and the way that our platform works is a lot of the sponsors. So the sponsorship is something that we prioritize in terms of like also in terms of advertising as well. So, but with schools, I feel like that's something that we will have to think about later. Right now, for youth, something that the way that we want younger people to be more engaged is more of social media platforms. And I think that's where we more focused on in terms of like advertisement and getting youth engaged onto our platform. So with that, like we talked about like maybe creating short videos on like TikTok and Instagram, and yeah, just getting like young people engaged. And also if you think about like the way that like the system of like let's say climate change and like the protests and everything that go on, you see that young people are mostly in charge of all of that, so they have more of that determination within them. So that's kind of where we want to highlight our advertisement, and that's how we kind of want to engage everyone to get into our platform.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Any more questions before we go to the breakout session for the judges to do the hard work that they have ahead of them? Is all good? Yep. Okay. So I believe that Hera is going to add Selena and Ariba to a breakout room. Everybody else get to stay here, please. Because we like to hear the STEMing Up experience, and congratulations, everybody. I am so proud of you. Like, you have no idea how much I am trying to hold back my tears because I'm so, you all have parents or people that love you when they show up for your school, I don't know, whatever you have at school, and they just want to cry with happiness. That's me. I always feel like, oh, so I will cry after. I will hold that back. But for now, I would like to know who wants to take up space and share about their experience. This is open space. It's like the open mic at the when we go out. You have the open mic. Anyone can share. Students, coaches, speakers, coding trainers, anyone who's here, please share your STEMing Up experience. What was it like in the program? What was it like, for the students during the hackathon? I want to hear it all. So who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay, yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Casey. I just wanted to say that this has been such an amazing experience. This is my first year taking part in Stemming Up experience as a coach. And I did a presentation on marketing and branding, and just seeing all of the presentations today, I see that a lot of you took some takeaways from the presentation, or maybe you got that information from the internet or somewhere else, but it was amazing to see everything in this context. I work at Shopify, and so some of the coding stuff, I'm like, oh, I've heard that word before. I'm definitely not as experienced as some of your trainers, but I did want to say that all of you during your presentations just made me feel super proud to see you get out of the comfort zone for some of you guys and present and be able to share this information with us. I think I speak for everyone when we say we're extremely proud of everything you accomplished in such a short amount of time. So pat yourself on the back.
Thank you so much. Anyone else?
I can go.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. This is my second hackathon, and the first one didn't go quite well. It was very overwhelming. It was building a business within a week and pitching to actual like big, like multi-million dollar business people, and it was very scary. And they were very strict on their feedback, and it was very eye-opening about my leadership skills and about my business skills and tech skills. And yeah, basically they broke down all the walls. That first hackathon broke down all my walls, and then this stemming up experience really helped me build myself back up. Yeah, and I'm doing some other hackathon like this year too. So I'm so happy that I got to do something like stemming up before that, so that I have a better chance of winning. My hope is to win a hackathon at some point. So I'm really, and stemming up really helps with that. And Doina, I love your passion. I love everybody's passion with this organization and this program. So thank you so much to all our coaches and teachers too, and and my team.
You almost made me cry. I'm like, I can't cry right now. It's too early. But thank you so much, Hera. Okay, anyone else? Maybe some. Oh yeah, go ahead, Marjorie. Yes, I'd like to hear.
Yes. I just want to say my experience. I did not know what I was going to come into doing this. I just knew that this is such a great initiative. Joanna is doing a wonderful thing for the youth here, getting their feet wet so that they can become successful. But when I jumped in and then finally became a coach, worked with some of the students, I was truly, truly impressed. Right from when you were just starting building your website, that was really impressive. And then seeing how you proceeded into functionality and branding, and you can see you've taken away a lot of learnings from this program to come up with something super, super real. It could be a website that could be used it could be live, it can really launch. But yeah, my experience has been really great because what Doina has done here has really become very effective for you all. I can't wait to see you all soar. I see bright futures ahead for you all, especially for those in the team that I worked with as a coach. Great stuff.
Thank you, Marjorie. Any coding trainers would like to share their experience? I would like to hear from them.
I guess I can go. So I'm one of the trainer. I'm actually one of the returning trainer for this program. But yeah, I always love to kind of see how students learn and grow during the program. So same thing here this year. I just love the students' presentation and all, and see how they had so much fun and also grow and take interest in the STEM industry. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here with everyone.
Thank you, Tyron. Appreciate it. Yes, you've been here. This is the second year that you're here. So we're really happy to have you back. This tells us that you had a great experience. Okay, anybody else want to share just stepping up experience? Some students, I'd like to hear from you. What was it like for you? Okay, hi Rahi, go ahead.
Yeah, my experience was like amazing. Okay, so I've done some programming before, but like this is the first time I've gone into a program specifically, and my first hackathon too. And gotta say, it's really, really amazing actually. It was, I guess you could say at the beginning, it was overwhelming. Like I was like, They're expecting me to make a whole entire website and app. And I'm like, are they crazy? Like, how can I do that in like just a month? But then as in slowly I progressed and learned more, and it became more like comprehensible, and like I could see the goal, and I could see it's not that far away, and I can do it, and it was really cool. And the whole program are actually like really cool because like we get to have guest speakers every morning so they can share their experience. So like I got to like I could learn like various things like from everywhere, and get some connections. Like connections are really important, and yeah, I think it's amazing and really cool. So thank you, Doina, and everybody who helped out.
I couldn't do this alone, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Anyone else that would like to share? We have time until the judges come back, so. Any other students might want to share? Any other coding trainers might want to share? Not all at once. Not all at once.
I wanted to add, Joina, this program with, all the students with, of course, support, being able to complete, you made a point that being able to complete such a big project in just a month, it shows how much potential everybody has. And I know you've seen it with past students before. You've showed me, Joina, when we first met, what they've done after the program. For every student that's here, continue working on it and build that portfolio. I know a couple of other software engineers in this industry, and they build apps even though they are in the working field. They continue to build little personal projects for themselves. And if you were able to do this in the month, right, here at Stemming Up, like I'm sure all these students are now encouraged to go ahead and do that again for next month. Take the month to build another app for yourself or expand on this current project, because it's amazing what you do here, Joina, for the students, and I'm glad to have been a part of it. I'm looking forward to the next one, especially for women.
Yes, for me, what makes me really happy to do this is that when I see that program participants are engaging, well, they participate, they ask questions, they work together with their coding trainers, they work together with their coaches, they show up at the morning sessions, because those are very valuable. There's a reason why we added them there, because as you can tell on the pitch, there's a lot of what you learn in the morning is what you have that you need to use for the pitch. And the coding can help you, build an app or a game. I'm very proud of the students, the team that have actually gone extended, like beyond the what they learn in the program. So they kind of extended themselves. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I'm like, how did you have the time? Because I thought 1 month would be very intense, but here you are, you go learn additional things. So this is pretty amazing. I'm so impressed. And this is what keeps me going to keep on, continuing with this type of programming. It makes me so excited to see that the participants, like you said, Marjorie, what do they do after when they're done on the program? Reach out, because there are other opportunities, not just within Revolution, but whatever is out there. What else do you want to do after? I want to hear, like, keep in touch, because if I don't hear from you, I'm assuming you're okay. But if you reach out and you say, I need help with this, or how do I get into the whatever, the post-secondary, or I want to learn more about other whatever, maybe I really want to become a software engineer or biomedical engineer, or I want to get into tech, but I also I'm interested in engineering. What do I do? I'm sure there is a person that I know that can support you with that. It can help you. So reach out, because that's the only way that I can help, right? But I am so excited to see so many participants. Some of the participants that we've had in the program, have gotten into the dev degree program that you already learned about in the morning. We have had Sana, who's I'm sure that she was involved in the program this year. She was in the STEM Up program in the first year, and then she went into the dev degree program. She finished it, and now she works at Shopify. So this is a success story. We have one former participant that is currently inside the dev degree working with Shopify, and then we have 3 others that are waiting to start in September. So there's so many opportunities that you can get from here. We have participants that are involved with Revolution in any other aspect. We also have Jada. Jada, I know that you're not involved with us this year, but can we hear a little bit from you, because we didn't get a chance to have you as a speaker. I would like to hear from you. You were in the program with us. You were involved in so many other capacities after that, and now you are an intern at an amazing tech company. So can you tell us a little bit about your STEM Up experience in the past, and what did that take you? And what advice do you have for these participants here today?
Sure. So I started in 2019, I think, as a STEMing Up student. And after I was in the program, I basically just kept joining things at Revolution. So I was an ambassador. I was involved with GoSTEM for a bit as well. I did the HTML and CSS curriculum and taught the coding. I was a coding trainer for GoSTEM. And then I was hired as the coordinator in 2021. And then last year, I was the curriculum developer for STEMing Up. But like what Doina was saying about keeping in touch and reaching out if you want to do particular things, because right now I'm actually my last day of my internship, so I'm like tuning into the demos on the side. But I'm at Splunk now as a technical curriculum developer, and it was really because of what I did with Revolution, what I was able to learn, and the people I was able to connect with, that I was able to get to where I am now. And I guess for advice, I would say, like, say yes to things, but also be able to say no. Like, you have to be able to pick and choose and know what you want to do. Don't just say yes to everything because you'll run out of time. But if you have something that you know you want to do and that you want to pursue, don't be afraid to say yes to those, and make sure that you make those choices with intention and you're able to dedicate yourself so that you can reach whatever goal it is that you set out to make.
Thank you so much, so much. Thank you. Before we go to the judges to make the announcement, I would like to hear from Hera. I would like to hear her STEMing Up experience. If you can share, please.
Yeah, for sure. So this is my first year of the Stemming Up program, and honestly, throughout the whole program, I've just been excited for demo day to see all of the projects that everyone will make. And I think that it's been a great learning experience because I'm also a student. So I also had the chance to learn from everybody here and just see what ideas they came up with and their amazing solutions. And I'm also glad to have worked with Doina and Samra and Habiba, Nitika, and everybody else on the Revolution team. So yeah, I had a great experience. Thank you so much, Joanna, and everybody else.
Thank you. And also one more person before we go to the the announcements. Johannes, would you like to say a couple of words?
Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot.
Yes, I did.
It's all good. Hi, everyone. My name is
You know how I
Johannes.
do. I always do that, right? On the spot.
I knew I had to speak eventually. Doina always does this. But my name is Johannes. I'm from the social impact team at Shopify. Not just a fly on the wall, but really, I'm blown away. This is the 3rd year that we're working with Doina. Well, I've been working with Doina, but the 6th year we've been working with Revolution to create these opportunities for youth. And I mean, I have a lot of things to go through, so bear with me. First and foremost, I just want to reach out to each of these groups because I speak to volunteers. Hera, you're a powerhouse, we work together, but I never get to meet the students until demo days. So I'll go through each one. EduTracker, you're addressing SDG 4, right? And ensuring that quality education is an equal right for everyone through a personal tutor app, meeting learners where they're at with learning styles that really work best, even offline. With this app, you're truly revolutionizing education through reducing barriers and making learning more accessible. Really excited for those future builds and gamification, right? Whispers of Renewal, a Heroine's Odyssey. I really love that. Inspiring folks to take action through that gamified examples of actions we can take to personally address climate change. Thanks for reminding us that even if you're ordinary, your impact can be extraordinary. We had ACT, that volunteer management website, from seeking volunteer opportunities to being recognized for their contributions. Your apps really put users in the driving seat, seeking those opportunities to act and give back to where those initiatives that matter, right? You give organizations a perfect way to post those opportunities and are inviting volunteers to help them make a difference. I might reach out to you guys because I might contract you for a feature build for our volunteers. So, and for the last group, our city, you guys are providing ways to encourage and recruit future engineers of change through that web app, through your various website features and ways to sharing these ideas to city officials. You provided young people with that bridge to engage, express, learn, and someone said this, pioneer sustainable solutions in your city. So congrats to that. Really, to all the participants, what a journey. Your hard work and dedication to learning. I mean, Marjorie, you spoke to this too, especially enjoying the summertime, our scene. You took your learnings in design thinking, coding, app building, business and leadership skills. Casey, you mentioned that too, branding and marketing. We see you implementing all these learnings into this pitch that you created and your app builds. And we hope that this experience has really allowed you to not only get excited about future career pathways, but also demonstrate that with hard work and dedication, you could just achieve anything. Most of the jobs in the future really haven't been dreamed up yet, and you're going to be prepared to lead that change. We just know it. So thank you for taking part and being part in this program this summer. To all the coaches, super grateful for each and every one of you and the impact you've made in young people's lives during this immersive month of collaboration. You overcame challenges and persevered, helping each other cross that finish line, and collectively spent over, I think I'm underestimating this, over 88 hours cumulative supporting these incredible young women. Thank you for volunteering. To our lineup of speakers, thank you for sharing your journey and sharing your vast knowledge, introducing important tech and leadership concepts to our group. Your presentations really invited participants into your world and highlighted the future possibilities of work. To Doina and Hera at Hevolution, it's been amazing to watch you do what you do best over the last couple of months, and that's everything in your power to continue supporting young people, no matter the barrier, in order to empower the next generation of leaders, creators, and change makers. So hats off to both of you for coordinating another great year of Stemming Up. And yeah, that's basically it, Doina. So before we go to the graduation portion, I just want to say once again, Shopify and all the Shopify folk here are proud to support Stemming Up and to witness these connections made between coaches, participants, coding trainers, coordinators, and the results of hard work. It's through these partnerships that we truly come together, leverage each other's strengths, and we'll continue that impact forwards with all the skills and tools you need in these next steps of your journeys. So without further ado, I'm going to hand the mic back to you, Doina. Hopefully that wasn't too long.
No, that was amazing.
But thank you so much again for another great year of Stemming Up. Always looking forward to this collaboration.
Thank you, Johannes. You have no idea how hard it is for me to keep on holding my tears back. So I am waiting until the end. But Johannes, your message was amazing. I feel like you saying all these amazing things. What do I say after? How do I thank everybody after you thank everybody for, like, you know, the amazing job and the support? So I'm like, you took the words out of my mouth. So, but anyways, thank you so much, Johannes. Much appreciated. You are the best. I mean, it's been a pleasure working with you and Hera, of course. I know everybody right now, they're waiting and they're like, oh my God, I want to know. Did I win? Did I win? Did I win? So with that said, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I'm not sure how we're going to do this, but I'm assuming Selena and Ariba, if you want to take turns announcing, I know, right? The drum roll, announcing the winners. Yes, are we excited? We can't wait.
Yes, we are so excited as well. I mean, anyone could have won any of these categories because truly you all put so much effort in, and that's what's most important. So I hope you're all very proud of yourselves. But I think we'll just go through each category. I'll start with back end. So a drum roll for the back end. This group, they had astounded us with the amount of functionality they were able to build in such a short time. They were really well versed in explaining the technology they used, and so we want to award this to our city.
We can clap now. Yes, good job, good job. Okay, thank you so much, Selena. The next one.
Yep. This team, honestly, they had the best front end. And I really, really was super impressed with what they managed to build out with what seemed like just JavaScript. So drum roll. Front end goes to BG3 EduTracker. We were discussing it, and EduTracker had the most intuitive front end, and they built out an impressive amount. And they had such an easy and intuitive app for people to learn different things. And so we want to award this front end award to EduTracker.
Yay, amazing, amazing. Thank you, thank you. I'm excited, it's like I won. Okay.
Aw, Donna, you're so sweet. All right, next up we have UX design. And so this group, we could tell they put so much intention and thought into designing every single page of what their website would look like and who's going to be using it. And so we want to award UX design to BG2 Act.
Yay!
Thank you.
Amazing! Ooh. Congratulations, everybody!
Congrats! And last but not least, best pitch goes to BG1, Whispers of Renewal. It was the most engaging pitch and the most interactive pitch, and for that, we want to award this award to you guys. Yay!
Amazing. Good job, everybody! Oh.
Thank you.
Good job, everybody. How do you feel? The students, how do you feel? Are you excited to see all these messages? Like, wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, you all earn it. You earn it. This is definitely your win. Okay. I am going to end this. I wanted to say, well, of course, congratulations to everybody. This has been such an incredible experience for everyone. For myself, I was really happy to work with Hera, coding trainers, our coaches, our speakers, and of course the students. And I want to thank everyone that has been involved with the program from the beginning, including the Yatusha that has helped so much in the planning committee. So I'm so excited to have been able to work with her. She's also a former student from the program. And I want to thank our program partners who have helped to make this program possible by committing with funding and volunteering opportunities to help inspire the next generation of innovators, because we have seen innovators today, right? I want to give a huge thank you to Shopify for being our founding partner for this program. Since 2018, we're able to impact over 150 participants with quality STEM-based education. This was done through the impact made by the volunteer coaches, the speakers, the mentors, and through the donations of laptops, in addition to the significant financial contribution that made it possible for us to break financial barriers for program participants. We're very grateful for that. I want to give a huge thank you to Okta for our partnership this year, and not only through your financial contribution, but for your volunteer coaches, speakers, and swag for the program participants this year. Yes, everybody expects some swag at home. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Conrad, KPM Power, Brain Station, 30 Forensics Engineering, Citrix Canada, and Red Leadership Coaching for your support. And last but definitely not least, I want to thank Ruth Cotian for their significant financial contribution, in addition to the support with the curriculum development and with the support of our coding trainers this year. And now I want to take a moment to thank Hera for being such an amazing contributor to the program this summer. Your support to the students, being on top of everything every single day, not just for the students, but also for coaches, for speakers, and for myself, it has been immensely appreciated. I have heard so many positive comments from the speakers about you, Hera. They all say Hera is amazing. She's, she's so engaging, and she keeps the students engaged, and, keeps in contact with everybody. So she's done a fantastic job. I want to thank you again for making the seminar program amazing this year. I also want to thank all the volunteers that contributed to this program. I want to thank the speakers, the coaches, and the coding trainers for making your mark in the program and for contributing to your participants' learning. Without you, there would not be this program. So I also want to thank the judges, who have carefully selected the winners of this year. I know it can be hard to choose a winner. I really know it's very hard, because it was hard when I was looking at everybody's pitch. I was like, how do you choose? But knowing that you have some brilliant minds and dedicated participants in our program, we hope it made it easier for you. It was very easy, because you came back really fast, which was really cool. But all that we know is that everyone is a winner, and they all deserve to be recognized. So to all of you, the participants, I would like to thank you for investing in you this summer. Oh, and I'm gonna cry. Oh. Sorry, I waited for so long to not cry, and I'm only coming. Oh my goodness, I'm a mess. I am so proud of you for the work that you have put into your projects, and then for the collaborations that you made with your teams. I know that many of us have been in the workforce for a while, and we all can definitely take an example from you when it comes to teamwork, and when it comes to dedication, when it comes to passion. And you are all so amazing, and I'm so proud and inspired by you. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I really hope that you continue to participate in other programs and other hackathons, and put yourself in situations that make it comfortable for you to get uncomfortable, because this is the best way for you to learn new skills. And not only that, but also to learn about yourself and what you can do, because you really can do so much. Taking my own advice to taking deep breaths. Of course, please be on the lookout for a Slack for more announcements for other hackathons and other opportunities. Keep in touch with everyone, keep in touch with myself, Hera, our speakers, our coaches. And I know that I cannot wait to see where you all go from here. And I will leave you with this last words of wisdom, quoting Pearl Buck. So the quote says this: "The young do not know enough to be prudent, and therefore they attempt the impossible and achieve it, generations after generation." Yes, that is you, all of you, the participants. And I cannot wait to look back to see how far you all have gone. So I want to thank you all so much for this, and congratulations for completing the summer, completing the year with us. And we can't wait to see again how far you'll go. And I'm going to stop crying. So thank you so much, everybody. Oh, I really tried so hard not to cry. Thank you, everybody. Oh, yes. And confetti, confetti, confetti. Thank you so much, everybody. I don't know if everybody has anything else to say, to add. Please feel free to unmute yourself. Or the messages. Thank you so much. I wish I had music. So yes, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to see how far you'll go. And I'm reading the messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Okay, I think you're all free to go. We're supposed to stop recording.